Yo, you mad special, yo, and you're important. So don't let nobody choose where you should be at. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your friends treat you like, and if they treat you this way, they not really your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people, you know what I mean, who put you in placement to where they treat you like they don't care, but they'll come around if it's a benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell it's a benefit. You gotta be stronger than that. You gotta have that wherewithal to be like, look, you don't fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got that shit cold, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell some of my friends, yo, niggas was tight with me, and we was real tight. But then they'll act funny one way, and as a Cancer, I don't forget shit. You know what I'm saying? You act funny with me one way, I remember that shit. And when I see your ass again, I'm gonna tell you that shit. Like we might just end it on that energy. Like you may act like, nah, I ain't gotta be there for you, or nah, it ain't that important, or I'm not important. I remember that shit because I ain't gonna always be down. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfucker see your ass mad later and be like, oh, everything good now? Why I'm coming through? No, the fuck you ain't. Nigga, I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. Nigga, stay over there. What, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type of motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes, I be feeling like sometimes I'm a fucking Avenger or a fucking superhero or something. I fight for truth, justice, and, and everything righteous. Fight for truth, justice, and to save the people of the world. I'm corny, yo, sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's all good, man. You know what I mean? You gotta, like, it's nobody gonna love you like you can love yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think I said this in one of my other bills. My old head taught me this. He's like, ain't nobody gonna take care of your shit like you take care of your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's your shit. So you gotta take care of your shit. You know what I mean? Like, so don't be lending your shit out to people. You know what I mean? Like, feel some type of way. But just understanding how the world works, you know what I'm saying? People are fucking very self-righteous and people are very selfish, you know what I'm saying? And you fucked around and might get mixed in the wrong energy that what you want to call friends. I remember I had this one homeboy. We was tight, like we was real tight, like on the height, like this my dude. But then the nigga used to say funny shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm born in New York, you know what I'm saying, but I was raised in the South. Like I went to school down here, you know what I'm saying? Like most of all my school, like everybody I knew growing up is down here, so I got love and respect for down here, down south, you know what I'm saying? Like in the same breath, you know what I'm saying? This nigga would say shit like, yo, down south niggas is stupid. Down south niggas is soft. I'm like, yo, why you keep saying that shit to me? Like, and this one conversation we was having, nigga was going in. He was going in hard. And I was like, yo, son, you gotta cool out. Like, my brothers is from down south. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of my homeboys and cousins is from down south, nigga, and they not soft, nigga. They not pushovers. They'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll give you that business, nigga. Like, you gotta stop with this shit. Like, I understand you think certain ways, but that shit is not true. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga got mad because I didn't side with him. And then the energy turned up. I'm like, yo, fuck you still here for then? That's how you feel, then go fuck with me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, don't fuck with me, that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying, nigga? But that shit you talking is not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stood on that shit 10 toes like this. And even if I don't fuck with my peoples like that from the South, I know that still to be true. I know that's a truth. That's a fact. Having a mundane way of reality looking at things is corny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mind has to be rounded. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't take that on the chest. They'll rather be like super egotistical. And I know the ego is only posing itself because we are actually physical. Like, to be a physical being, the ego gotta show up. Like that's what the whole thing about being is. That's the being, or being in a physical body, is ego itself. So that's why the fight for consciousness is even harder. Like, this is why people can't see conscious awareness. They think, like, a lot of people think what you put off in the world is what you get back. That's the easiest way of looking at bullshit. Oh, I want to do this, so I'll put it out in the world and I get it back. it's nothing conscious about that. That's physical. Like, listen, the balance to physical awareness, it goes through the ethers. The balance to satisfy your physical, yeah, it goes through the ether. It goes everywhere because it's connected. The ego is a God concept. That don't make it the concept of consciousness, though. You know what I mean? It's the concept of the being that consciousness is attached to. That's the reason why they fight. The ego go against righteousness. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason. But they're both divine principles. So you have to learn to leave the ego where it is, so therefore you can start feeding the consciousness. And the consciousness has nothing to like I said in this one bill. I think I was talking about this shit sometime last week. When me and my homeboy was at a spot and this dude was showing me this book, and the book was talking about not wanting for nothing. See, this is the magnetism. So like when you don't want for anything, you don't ask for nothing, you don't try to obtain it, you attract it magnetically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want it. Like, and I remember leaving that house when he told me this, and I was walking down the street with my homeboy, you know what I mean? And I was thinking in my mind, how do I not want nothing? Like, I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? That shit was so hard for me to concept. It was think it, but don't push it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put so much onto it. You know what I mean? You don't have to make it everything. And want itself is a diagram to being want is the diagram to motivation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gonna go harder for something that you want, when in fact you don't even have to. If you speak it inside, the first time you do it, it's not gonna respond to you that fast. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep doing it, and the more you work that muscle, the more you be able to think something, and that shit will just come to you. You know what I mean? But where it ripples at, where it gets not as strong is when you want to interfere with those thoughts. You might start talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You might be giving it out to the world and shit. And it's like, nah, you hold anything that hasn't accomplished itself yet, you hold it to yourself. And then when you finish it and you accomplish it, that's when you bring it. That's when you bring it out. You know what I'm saying? That's when you like, yo, listen, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? That's feeding the concept of the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? The consciousness can do more when ain't nobody in this process, in this business. The consciousness will work way more for you when nobody in this business. What is that? That's quantum physics. Quantum physics deal with what? The observer. Every time the observer see what's going on, you can't see the multiplication of everything. You can't see it split off into 9 pieces or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, So quantum physics speaks to how we would satisfy or try to feed the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And that's the opposite of the ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been having problems with my ear lately, you know what I'm saying? I'm deaf in my left ear, so I've been having problems with my ear, yo. My shit hurting right now. I had little problems all day, like I can feel it in my body and shit. I don't know, but so that's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You mad important, and it's easy to separate yourself from things that's going to leave you in the physical. And what I'm saying is it has nothing to do with not receiving what's going to be beneficial for your physical. That's making the ego secondary. You know what I'm saying? When you make the ego secondary and you make the consciousness first, the consciousness will see fit, because the way you drive in that car all the time, it'll put itself in a placement to satisfy everything your physical needs. It'll satisfy it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's something that people are not aware of, because the world is used to serving the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So you'll hear people articulate the value of what they believe things to be and really sound stupid, because you can't speak for the divine. But the divine gives you a clear description on how this shit's supposed to work. And the consciousness and the physical is not in the same boat. And the things that take to satisfy those motions is not in the same direction. So with that being said, just be mindful, yo, and don't fall victim to another person's shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? Control your own outcome of your life and set that in motion of where it's supposed to give, and then start working on unconditional love for yourself. So then you give off that energy. You know what I'm saying? That you give off that energy. And the more you give off that energy, you know what I'm saying, the more you're going to receive that back. One thing about giving things to the universe, it is whatever you put out, you will get back. But why would I want to put out physical things when I got a higher level? My higher level is my consciousness. So I'm going to put out that lavender and that purple. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to feed my higher self. Some people think when you feed the one side, you shut off the other side. That's not true. You're giving your higher self the gears to the car. So when you do that, it can drive in its best environment, in its best attribute, because you're driving with the best driver, not the secondary driver. You know what I'm saying? And that's something a lot of people don't really understand and understand. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. About to go into 11. You already know the vibes. Naga, man. You know what I'm saying? One.